Chapter 4. The girl's bicycle lay in the ditch while the ambulance drove off. The police had arrested Martha, and even though Mom was not a suspect of any crime, the police still wanted to have a word with her. She sat in the open trunk of the ambulance while 2 officers and a paramedic yelled at her.
"What were you thinking? Don't you know how dangerous alcohol is for the baby?"
"I know," Mom said, and looked shamefully at her feet.
"Kids exposed to alcohol during their pregnancy are at risk of developing impaired motor skills and physical defects,"
the paramedic said.
I know. "Then why did you do it?"
Don't know. I've never even tried alcohol before. They must have put alcohol in my juice. I swear I would never drink, because I know how bad it is for the baby, but if you want to arrest me, I would understand. What I have done is unforgivable,"
Mom said, and held out her hands so the officers would handcuff her.
"Please put down your hands,"
the officer said.
"We're not going to arrest you."
You're not?
"No, of course not. It's not illegal to drink while you're pregnant. I always thought that it should be, but your story is absolutely credible. I mean, why would anyone deliberately drink when they know about the dangers of alcohol? It simply does not make any sense."
"That's right," his colleague said. "I didn't think of that. That poor woman that drove, she mustn't have known how dangerous it is to drink and drive." Martha was sentenced to 6 years in prison for involuntary manslaughter, and Mom was given a new administrator, Mr. Grade. You know, that screaming guy she talked to before. He was such a nice guy. He could walk up to a father of 4 screaming children and say,
"Hello, my name's Mr. Grade, adoption coordinator. Have you ever thought about giving away your children for adoption?"
And the children became dead silent. The father was impressed. "Wow, thank you so much."
"You are welcome, but seriously though, if they ever cause too much trouble."
"I will call you," the father said and nodded. But the papers were already signed, so it was mostly just to wait for that terrifying moment when she had to repress, postpone, and forget. But there was one thing she actually looked forward to, because as soon as I came out, she could start to drink again. She would start with 1 liter of vodka as soon as she got home from the hospital, just to kickstart. No, she would start drinking as soon as they cut the umbilical cord. She would just call the hospital and ask if that was possible.
Hello? Is this St. George Hospital? Hi, I'm calling for a friend. She is very pregnant and will give birth soon. And, well, the reason why I'm calling is that she has a little drinking problem. She has been very good during the pregnancy. She has only been drinking a couple of times and begun to drink alcohol-free beer, even though she has always said that alcohol-free beer is for pussies. So she has really been trying. But now that she's finally giving birth, she wants to start with the drinking as soon as possible. So she was wondering if it would be possible to bring alcohol to the hospital, into the delivery room, so that she could start to drink as soon as the baby comes out and they cut the umbilical cord. Okay, I see. Do you know any other hospital that would allow that? Entree University Hospital. Okay, thank you. I'll try with them. Thank you. Of course. Well, it's just that she doesn't want to wait until she gets home to start drinking. Yes, I know that it might sound a bit desperate, but you have to understand that I've been waiting. I mean, my friend has been sober for almost 8 months, and I know personally what a nightmare this has been for her. And all my friend wants to do is to start drinking again. Oh,
she said, and laughed at herself.
Now I understand why we don't understand each other. I forgot to mention that my friend will give away the kid for adoption as soon as it is born. Hello? Hello?
She tried to call Entree University Hospital, but she did not have any luck there either. So she simply had to wait until she got home till she could start to drink. But after the vodka, she would start up the next day with a Contra beer. If you don't know what that is, it's the first beer that you drink in the morning to counteract the sickness from all the alcohol you drank the night before. Then she would mix red and white wine. She'd figured it all out. There was just one thing she didn't expect. I didn't want to come out. It seemed like so much stress. Go to school, just so that you could get good enough grades to study at the university, get a job, find a girlfriend, start a family, get up every morning because the children had to go to school, work for the rest of your life just so you could retire and die. It just seemed like a lot of stress. I didn't want it. So I decided to stay in the womb for the rest of my life, which brings us to the day when I was supposed to be born.